Another new study, this time published in the PLOS Medicine Journal, has once again proved that Medicare for All will not only reduce healthcare costs, but will also end up saving us money sometimes within the first year. Now, it may sound like those two things are not the same, but believe me, they actually are. Because as we have discussed, roughly 1/3 of healthcare costs here in the United States, a little over 1/3, goes to administrative costs. Well, this new study found that in 22 of the areas they studied across the planet that have universal healthcare programs, and they did this over 30 years, they found that every single one of those countries that instituted a universal healthcare program saw an overall reduction in the cost of healthcare. And then they also found that average citizens, even if they had to pay taxes, to get these programs, they still ended up saving money on healthcare. And 86% of these 22 countries they studied saw immediate reductions and savings within the first year of implementation. And this study concludes that we here in the United States would see the same. And they did 10 different models of this for the United States. Every model showed that we would see a reduction in costs and we would see a savings for average citizens, for everybody. Every single model, even the models where they tried to input an increase in costs for the first year, after a couple years saw a reduction in overall costs and the same savings for our citizens. There is no way to slice it, folks, that says that Medicare for All will cost us more money. That is a false talking point disproven by every single study, even the conservative ones, on this issue. The only way to reduce healthcare costs, the only way to save American citizens money is universal healthcare. That's it. That's the talking point. That's the line. That is what every study has proven. Every one of them. As I mentioned, even the conservative studies accidentally proved that too. So why are we still having this conversation? Why are we still hearing these brain-dead corporate media and corporate Democrats out there saying, how are you going to pay for it? We already know. Every study has shown that we pay for it. Everybody chips in a little what they can with taxes. Yeah, the top 1% corporations, they pay a little bit more. We also reduce the costs overall, so we're not having to pay that trillion upon trillion dollar price tag. That's actually a lot less than that because we're reducing the costs as well. The studies are unequivocal, folks. Medicare for All is the only path forward. And I, for one, will not support any candidate running for president that does not firmly stand behind this idea. Why? Not because I'm a single issue voter, but because anyone who can look at these studies, any of the studies, all of the studies, and still try to act like this program is either too costly or unattainable, they're flat out lying to us. And that is not something I will ever support. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.